guys, Rick Shaw here. It's the 11th of July, Sunday, and we got our little buddy here. That's the mama kitty who had the three little babies. I haven't seen the babies for quite some time, but I think she kind of adopted us because she just stays here now all the time. I know the little kitties were born in the bathroom in there when they were building the place, but now she hangs around, and I don't think she's gonna go. We give her stuff to eat, a little bit to eat, so. But it's a beautiful morning. They're really moving along on these houses here. That one's really going, and they got their uprights here. But they're going to work again today, I'm told. They were a couple of the guys, and Coco stopped over at the house last night. And look at this. They really got the concrete in there. I like how they do the bases here. Now these are all the same model as we have. Same model house. This whole street is this model. And I like how they do the foundations here. It looks really sturdy. So you have to give Demeterland credit for that. There's no doubt about that. And I have been seeing them coming in the truck. They're constantly here checking. I hope that from the stuff we went through, that they'll fix a lot of things that they do here. I did have my wife talk to the superintendent over these houses about the lower bathroom doors, to any of the bathroom doors, to give it a gap so that they don't draw water. So that's an important thing. And also the way the rain comes in, these doors get hit. Now I did see Ed over there. He has a plastic sheet over his door to protect it, which I might have to do here. But look at those clouds this morning. Last night, the kids and I were out riding the bikes again, and we had this most beautiful orange sky. It was just unbelievable, and I wanted to get a picture, but for some reason yesterday the camera wouldn't turn on. And I checked all the batteries for charge. They were all charged. I got in there where it makes its connection and hit it with like an eraser. Just cleaned out. It wouldn't come on. So I left it sit. I thought, what the heck's going on? Hope it's not done. Can't make videos without a camera. And then this morning, I got up. I thought, oh, okay, and it's working. So that was really weird. But I wanted to get the pictures of that, the sky. Man, it was the most unbelievable sky. And we do get them here. Look at this, guys. Look at the skies we get here. Just unbelievable. And when the kids and I were out before the rain came, we were just riding up and around through here, and it was like a microburst of rain over on the mountain. We just happened to be looking, and the one neighbor up here saw that it was raining on the mountain, and I stopped with the kids. It wasn't raining here, and I said, hey, take a look at that, guys. This is really cool. And the neighbor was out with his phone taking a picture right when this burst of water came down. I mean, it was unbelievable amount of water that just dropped, and we got a good look at it. So I was glad the kids got to see that. They were pretty excited about that. All of them were hemming and hawing. Oh, wow, that's really something. So these little things that we do. I remember when I was a kid, the little things that happened as I was growing up that I remembered. It wasn't the big fancy schmancy stuff. It was the little things, It was little things. I remember one time I had an uncle come out. Loved my uncle, and he gave me a flashlight. He just brought me a gift. Didn't bring anyone else a gift. He gave me a gift. And he said, I wanted you to have this because I know you'd use it. And And he only stayed for a few hours, and then he went. He lived pretty far away. I mean, it was like a 6 or 7 hour drive. And he gave me that flashlight. I remember I was actually getting up at night and climbing out the window where we lived, and then going out and exploring at night with my flashlight. And it had like a red cover on it too. And when he was giving it to me, he had been in the Merchant Marines or something during the war, and he was telling me about how you can't see the red from so far, and it helps with your eyes and all this stuff. And he was just explaining all this stuff to me. So I had it on red, like I was in stealth mode, sneaking around at night. I remember that. I'll never forget that. He was a pretty cool uncle. Miss a lot of them guys. The generation of my parents on both sides all of them are gone now. The last one was my aunt up in Canada. She passed away, and that was it. That was the last of them. And some of them lived pretty long time. But there's this clouds. Look at this. I just think that looks cool how the good Lord paints the sky for us. We get to look at that. I'll come up this way a little bit. I had my walk in real early this morning, and then when I came in, Maddie got up and he come down by me for a while. The boys they're really good kids. I remember watching my nieces and nephews and the ones that hugged a lot. And a lot of them are, in their 40s now. But the ones who hugged a lot turned out really well. And the ones who didn't, I got one that's in jail for the rest of his life, and the ones who weren't huggy and just were crappy, they turned into jerks, and that's just the way it is. And these kids here, they're huggy. They're hope the good Lord watches over them all the time, and I think they're going to be okay, though. They're just really affectionate little guys. I love it. I'm real happy with these babies. We like to get out and do just not expensive stuff, simple stuff, and they dig it. Like with the riding of the bikes, I really appreciate it. Wes, you got me that bike, and it's got my legs. I'm not getting any Charlie horses or anything like that, but it definitely worked them in that one day. But you got to just jump back on the horse. That's the best thing to do. I actually, when I was young, I had a job that was 16 miles away, and I rode my bike both ways. I rode it to work and home. That's what I did, and it was a heck of a ride. And I did that for I worked that job for a couple of years. It was this big project, and that's just the way I did it. At that time I had a truck, and it was a nice truck. It was a Ford, had a 460 in it, and it was an older one. And that day, I think the best mileage I ever got on it was 8 miles to the gallon. That was about the best I got. And just for this job, to drive that back and forth to work, it was just costing me too much money. It was like a ridiculous amount. So I said, I'm going to ride the bike. Got up real early. I'd bring my clothes because a lot of days I'd get sweaty, and just boogied on that bike. And tell you what, I didn't lose any weight during that time, but I sure did tone up. I definitely toned up really good. Some of my buddies at work were like, "Man, I can't believe you're riding that far. Why don't you ride with us?" And I got to the point where I just said, no, I would rather ride now. But I'll tell you one thing, I have one brother that he's same height, but he has always been thin, kind of like a gaunt look to him. And I honestly would say, from riding bicycles with him, and I rode quite a bit. All of us did. All of us brothers did. And I would say he would have gave Lance Armstrong a run for his money. He had the most endurance. He just like he never tired out. You know, I remember one time we were going up this big hill and he passed me on the left, and then he went around the front, and then he slowed down on the right, and he come back behind, and then he gets on the left and he goes up in front and he does, what the heck are you doing? He said, I'm riding circles around you. And he was. And I could ride. I didn't know anybody other than him who could outride me. But he just had this crazy endurance on the bike, and he always had nice bikes. We all did. I loved having the pedal bikes. Now I got a really cool one. I actually, when I was out riding with the kids, we got off and just parked our bikes and was walking around. We were actually over there, and we wanted to look over the wall and see what was over there. So we parked the bikes, and they don't have kickstands on theirs. They have to lay them down, but I got a kickstand. And we scooted over there, and we were looking over the wall, and I'm hoisting the kids over the wall. And there's an old foundation over there. Looks like from a long time ago. I don't mean 60s or 70s. I mean something like the 20s maybe. And so we're looking there, and then we were coming back, walking back through the grass. The bike was sitting there, and I was thinking, man, that's a really cool looking bike. You know, it is pretty neat. I'm going to get those handlebars up. The thing around here is finding a bike shop that has all the stuff. I mean, there's a lot of places. Oh, we'll get it for you, and blah blah blah, and then they tie up your money because they want money to order something, and then they never do ever get it. You know, so that kind of sucks. You know, down in Carmona, there was a nice bike shop, but every time I went in there to get something, they didn't have it. You know, they got certain stuff that they get, but I'd like to have some handlebars that are up higher, so I'm not leaning forward so much. I want cruiser style, and the bike is really nice for like hitting bumps and stuff. The tires hold 20 pounds of air in them, so they'll eat bumps pretty good. There's no suspension on it at all other than those tires, and it works good. I get a kick out of it because it sounds like back in the old days I used to put snow tires on my Oldsmobile, and they used to buy them Mohawks with the sawdust in them, and they made this funny sound, and this is what this bike sounds like. It sounds like I got snow tires on it. But I did try it out. Somebody said they work really good in the sand, and there were sand piles over here, so the kids and me were racing up the sand piles and over them. And yeah, it goes pretty good. It goes really good. But I like the thing. I'm glad I got a pedal bike. We're gonna get my Sweetie one. It's on our list. It's not like we got the funds to grab all that kind of stuff, but I want to make sure she gets one she likes. She likes the mountain bike style, and I actually saw one that had a motor with a little electric assist on it. But we'll see. We'll see what the heck she gets. And I just love this, though. I'm just still looking at that, how the sun's coming up and lighting that beautiful cloud there. I wanted to walk down here to this house, and I don't really get why they did this place this way. I think it's a nice house. I really like the looks of this little house, but the way they did the front porch, it just seems so it seems so odd to me. Tell me what you think, guys, but it seems like that would be a nice place to come out, put some chairs and sit and have some room to stretch out. But what they did here, they got like a double set of rails. They look at that. It's like they just ate the space up. With two sets of rails. Very, very strange how that is. But they nice job on the gate. I like that they got the gates vertical so you can't climb them so easy. A lot of these places here, they don't. For some reason, they just leave gravel in the back. Who wants to walk out of your house and run into gravel? I don't get that. But all this had been cut down before, and it's just really grown up. They come in here with these dang chemical sprayers, and they spray all this stuff, but they always do it right before it rains, so I think it gets washed off and doesn't work. Some of it's dead in here where they sprayed. I saw the dude in here spraying, so some of that got dead, but see how he sprayed over here. He was in here spraying like crazy, and these guys, I'm telling you what, they're in like a fog of it, of this spray, you know, and if they get real sick and croak from that, who knows. But I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. I can see my battery on this one's getting down to one bubble, and I'll let you go before it turns off. But it's a beautiful morning. This is about my fourth walk this morning. Matty was up, but he laid back down, so he didn't get to come with me this trip. He came on the last one. He likes to go with me in the morning, so. But you all take care. This is Rick Shaw out.